The Reds report for spring training in just over a month, and in all of that excitement around the team, it really hasn't been the easiest off season for one particular Reds player.
Yeah, Jeremy Rao here with the story you will only see right here on Fox 19 Now.
Guys, Jake Fraley knew something was off towards the end of a career season for him. In the middle of a playoff race, it wasn't the toe injury. It was something with his youngest child, Avery. A flight home to Miami to begin the offseason was just the beginning of a fight they would take on with faith. It's a picture of the most bright-eyed little face you've ever seen. This is Avery Fraley, just 5 years old, the world in front of her, and a dad who plays professional baseball. You might recognize the smile and the last name. Avery's dad is Cincinnati Reds outfielder Jake Fraley, a player coming off a career season, a player now going through a different kind of season.
Everybody's extreme darkness is different, but everybody goes through extreme darkness. It was toward the end of October, and it was after a few things that have happened leading up to it that were concerning us.
This little girl, one you might have seen bouncing around Great American Ballpark, wasn't bouncing anymore.
It all started with a limp, and then a ton of back pain. She stopped walking.
Her parents told me Avery couldn't walk for 2 months, but after countless visits to the doctor and visits to the ER, the diagnosis was clear: acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
I mean, it's very difficult. It's something that, you can't imagine.
The day Avery got diagnosed, I was talking to the Lord, and I was like, if this is the time we have with her, I'm grateful for it. And you can't feel grateful and have anxiety at the same time. I'm just absolutely grateful for his hand in every single day.
Leaning on their faith, the Fraleys shared the news on Instagram in December. The second word of this post: purpose, the driving message from the Fraleys during this dark time.
There's a purpose for what she's going through. There's a purpose for what we are going through. And everyone goes through dark times, whether it be this or whether it be something else. And as we go through this, it's a process. She's going to be okay. But it's tough to walk her through it.
Avery is now walking again. Actually, she's dancing. She is still going through chemotherapy, still battling cancer. But this baseball family would not let this setback be a cancer to their faith.
Like, we're on this journey where we're like, I don't understand how there's going to be a way, but yet when you posture your heart toward the Father and you understand scripture truth, right? It brings you to that place where we're standing at the end of that cliff the same way Moses was, and now the Father is providing a way that we didn't see was there.
And Jake and his wife are believing God will part the Red Sea for them. Avery is doing chemotherapy right now in Miami. She's going to continue that in Arizona for spring training, then finish back here in Cincinnati. They've been told it's treatable, and they do expect, guys, a full recovery. If I could share a quick story. I texted Jake in December when they announced this on Instagram, just said, hey man, I'm praying for you, thinking about your family. He said, I hope that prayer time, and a text back, he said, I hope that prayer time blesses you. The fact that he put it back on me and said, I pray that you're blessed, praying for me, is a whole different kind of mindset for someone going through something like that. And again, to think about that was weighing heavy on him late last season, all the questions around it. And now to know they believe she's going to be okay, but to know how they're fighting this, their mindset is really uplifting in a way.
But it's life's challenges that make you appreciate everything.
Absolutely.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You can see that with them. And in fact, it's one of the most unique interviews I've done. We did a Zoom call because they're in Miami right now for about 40 minutes, guys. I had to end the call because I don't pay for premium Zoom. I had to get off at 40 minutes. But just talking with them was more uplifting and energizing for me than I would ever imagine it would be, talking to someone who was at one point afraid they might lose their daughter to cancer. So right now things are good. She's only 5 years old. They said she might not have any hair at spring training, and she's going to be around, and they expect to have her there. So this is going to be something that a lot of people notice, a big story for sure. They wanted their story told through faith.
I love the story. You gave me chills. I had to fight back tear when you told me that about the blessing. When they saw these little things with her, the walking and the pain, how quick did they get that diagnosis?
So it did take a while. They went to several doctors who said it might be this, it might be that. Finally, they got the blood testing done. It took a while. This is a big part of Angelica's messages. You might urge the doctors next time, if you're worried about that, let's do the blood test.
Correct.
Because it took them a while to get to that point with her.
Yeah, because that's important.
Several visits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy, thank you.
Yeah.
Heck of a story.